Hey, good Saturday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Brad Panovich with your weekend vlog update. Good news if you want to get something done outdoors. We've got a lull in the rain right now for a big chunk of the area. I know it's raining in a few spots in the mountains and foothills, but across the Piedmont and the upstate, there's a break in the rain for now, but that's going to change. Now, the other thing that went into effect overnight while you were sleeping, a flood watch went into effect, a flash flood watch for most of the area. So I've got my shirt on. I got to show you my shirt here. Turn around, don't drown. So that's my shirt and my message today, because if you're driving over the next couple of days, please do not drive into standing water. So let me show you what's going on right now. Wide view shows a really good setup of what's happening here. You can see our upper low and the storm's building. Notice the break right here over us, but then notice this huge cluster of showers and thunderstorms building back towards the southwest. In fact, I'm going to zoom in on this area a little bit closer. And you can see the break in the thunderstorm activity. What I expect to happen today, this will actually start to fill in. And we're actually starting to see some showers and storms try to bubble up in the Midlands. The atmosphere is completely unstable, so it's going to take very little for this to develop and explode. We've got a new flood watch. Everything's shaded in green, including the Charlotte metro area back into the mountains under a flash flood watch. You can see it there. I'm going to turn this off just so you can see the radar a little bit better. And I'm going to loop this, and you can see we've got a stalled front to the north and then another front here, which is like the leading edge of this heavier rain, which is lurking down in Georgia. And that's a lot of thunderstorm activity. And even in here, I would expect this is going to fill in a little bit. So if you want to get the lawn done, if you want to go for a bike ride, run some errands, get something done, I think now between about right now I'm recording this 9:15 in the morning till about 2 o'clock. You might be okay. After 2 into the evening, things are going to ramp back up and we're going to see some heavy downpours. We saw a ton of rain yesterday in a lot of locations. In fact, that's the concern. Everything's saturated now, especially in the mountains and foothills, and we could see additional flooding. You know, that rain last night was really heavy in parts of the mountains and foothills. Let me show you the area of biggest concern around the Hickory area. This is 24-hour rainfall, and you can see this little area around Brookford, Mountain View, south of Hickory. That little white dot right there is over 6 inches of rain. So this area in red, if you look over the left, is 5 to 6 inches. The yellow is about 4 inches. The orange is about 4.5. So you could see there were pockets up towards Mooresville this morning. There was heavy rain. Now in Charlotte, yes, we've seen less rain, but the entire county saw anywhere from as little as a half an inch down here to almost 2 inches up here. So everybody got a good soaking of rain, and there's more on the way this afternoon, obviously, with this stuff moving in from the south and west. So let me show you how things are going to unfold here in a second, but I want to quickly show you these basically flash flood outlook. I showed you this the last couple of days, and just to give you an idea, the Weather Prediction Center puts this out, and they classify this as marginal, slight, moderate, and high, but just think of it as low, medium, high, and extreme. I think that's better terminology. The big area in red, that's where the medium to high threat for flash flooding is today. That's the area that was soaked and the area that's going to see the highest rainfall. Now, if I show you real quickly, I'm going to turn tomorrow on, and you'll see tomorrow's flood threat, almost the exact same area. It's going to be the areas basically from Charlotte north and west. That's Sunday's excessive rainfall outlook, and I'll show you day 3 here. I got to turn day 2 off because they'll overlap, and you can see we're in the slight range. So you get it. There's going to be some rainfall heading our way in the next 24 hours. So let's take a look at that, see what it looks like on the guidance here. Let me pause this and I'll pull up the model. All right, let's get right to the futurecast here. You can see the lull in the activity over the Charlotte area, but watch this stuff down in Georgia. I'm going to put this into motion. This is 10:45. This is closer to noon, and then we'll stop this at 1. Notice a couple things. We're starting to see the lull fill in with isolated to scattered stuff, so still not bad, but watch this band of rain really crank up and head our way after 2 o'clock. So by 2 to 3, we're going to have some bands developing across the area. This is by 4 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock looks to be when the heaviest stuff moves in. And then this band looks really intense this evening. So right around dinner time, real heavy rain. Again, don't look at the specific time. I know everyone's like, futurecast. This isn't exactly what we're looking. You're looking for the general time frame, a couple of hours. And based on what we've seen this morning, this has been doing pretty good. You see that heavy rain with us through the evening hours. And then look at this, another heavy band of rain. So you can get the idea. This evening and tonight is probably when we're going to see the worst rainfall. And it just sits there. This is 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. I mean, this is This is a really soggy pattern tonight into tomorrow. That flood watch is in there for a good reason. We go towards the middle of the day tomorrow. There might be another lull in the middle of the day for a few hours, and then things crank back up tomorrow. So you get the idea. Don't let this lull kind of give you, basically lull you into a false sense of security, because it's brief. We're going to see waves of rain. The thing I hated about going into this weekend was it's going to be a washout. To me, a washout is it rains the entire time. That wasn't the case in this. There's going to be breaks. The problem is waves of rain will come in, and when the waves are over us, they're very heavy. And that's what you're going to see in this pattern. Going into Monday even, we've got scattered showers about. So let me loop this a couple times, and you'll see the waves of rain coming in with breaks in there. But really, the tonight into tomorrow time frame, man, this stuff tonight right there, and then early tomorrow looks really, really heavy. That could really pile up in a short period of time. So that precipitable water we were showing you earlier, I'll kind of show you that amount of precipitable water just sitting off the coast here. I'm going to load in this loop as well. So we'll load in about 45 hours of this, and I'll let this load as I'm showing you. But this is basically the amount of precipitable water. You can see the waves of higher moisture moving in. Now there's a ton lurking off the coast, but every time you see these kind of orangish, reddish shades in here, that's some really high precipitable water pivoting in. You can kind of see how it's confined over the southeast. Look at the dry air to the north and west, and all that deep moisture heading into our region. So this is going to be the real deal. This is going to be a wet 48-hour period across the Carolinas. And again, I'll show you the satellite image, because I think it really tells you the story. Is we've got this lull right now, but big time storms bubbling up over parts of northern Georgia. So that's heading our way this afternoon. Again, please stay weather aware. As I said earlier, turn around, don't drown. Make sure you pay attention to that over the next 24 hours. Of course, I'll be posting updates throughout the weekend. I'm working tonight, so you'll see me on TV at 11 o'clock. So if anything should happen, you'll probably see me first. And remember, you've got a break right now. Get outside. Get your stuff done now, because this might be the best break that we see all weekend.